This will be a video on how to do a jump scare inside of UEFN. We've got one over here. It's not actually a jump scare. I just messed around quickly. But first of all, we go ahead and bring our character that we want to use. You could use anything, it doesn't really matter. We will then go and create a folder called Cinematics. Open up the Cinematics folder and right click, find Cinematics, go to level sequence, call this jump scare for this. Now we open Jumpscare. Now you see we've got a little bar down here. We will want to add a camera. Most of the times you'll be using a camera, but if you don't need a camera for your one, then also just skip this part. What we want to go ahead and do is add actor to sequence, then choose your character. If you clicked on them, they'll show up as the top thing here. From here, you can have your own animation that you imported it with. And if you want to get some custom crazy stuff going on, you right click your character and click Make to Control Rig, FK Control Rig. Then over here, click Reduce Keys, it will just make it a lot easier. Example, we can see our character moving, all cool and everything. For the video, not the video, for the one that I just showed a second ago, I just lifted the head up, right? Then you'd make a keyframe, which you do by clicking this add new key to current time. This is not how I normally do it, I'm just kind of messing around and having some fun. So, to control the camera, if you've added a camera, you right click inside of the camera, hold right click, and use the WASD keys to move around. So for example, let's go to the beginning. We want to start here. We will then create a keyframe at the very beginning on cinematic camera actor. Now, when the character moves, I do want this camera to kind of follow the face. So, there we go. It automatically created a new keyframe because I have created a key when properties change. You can turn this on or off, depends on how you want to do it. So, that's fine, I suppose, but it's not very scary, I guess. What we can do is add an audio track. Now we can add some scary sounds to play with the sounds, with the cinematics. So I don't have one saved in here, so we can just pretend that this is a scary noise, a scary jump scare noise. Okay. So then we'd left click on this arrow on the left side of audio and change the volume to 4, for example. Obviously, if you play the horror, you know they just destroy your ear holes. To go a step further with this, we're going to add a camera shake. So go and right click onto your content browser, click Blueprint class. Now find camera shake base, select that. Okay, we should have named that. So we will rename that camera shake base, right? We are going to go change the root sequence pattern to Perlin noise camera shake, and depending on how strong you want the shake, you can change all these settings. I'm going to change only rotation, amplitude multiplier, and change the timing on it. Just like that. So I'm going to press compile. You can also play with this yourself, see how strong you like it or how weak you like it. Go back into Jumpscare, on camera shake, click add, no, on cinematic camera actor, click add, click camera shake, and we will find our camera shake base. Now we can see that that is a very weak camera shake, so I am going to actually increase it. Let's just take everything to 2. That's good enough for me. You can add a light into the cinematic if that's what you desire. For me, I'm not going to add a light. So anyway, that would be our jump scare. Nothing wrong with the jump scare. What we need to now do is type in cinematic device, cinematic sequence device. Drag that onto the play space. We're just going to rename it by pressing F2, cinematic sequence device, and we'll just call it jump scare, for example. Now over here on the right side of the screen, click sequence and click jump scare. I did already make a jump scare just to make this woman's head fly in the air, but I think this is the right text. Yeah, see, this is the right one. It's in folder, correctly organized. So now we need something to play this cinematic, and we also need to decide if it should be shown to just the person that activated, or just their team, or everyone. That's personal preference. Now to play it, we need to add a play function. Here are some ways that we can play the cinematic. We can use a trigger device. We could use a button device. We could use a mutator zone. So a good way to use like this, for example, would be like on a door, or if you've just triggered something too many times. This one would obviously play like, I don't know, you can think of how you'd use these. This one, if you had when they walk into this zone, you'd play it by putting it on player entering zone. Example, if this character was moving around, let's just say, for example, quickly, I'll add a new cinematic, just call it like movement. Say she was moving around or something, I could create, let me just say, a sphere. We'll just choose this giant rock. You choose a small thing normally, which I will actually do. I'll be proper. Make this like tiny. It's fun. So look, drag this all away from the screen. We're just gonna call this sphere moving the characters. So what we'll go ahead and do, right click, left click, control left click both of these two. Okay. Control left click just the two of those, then right click, press attach to, then sphere moving the characters. This just makes it so look, if I move this sphere, they both move together. So now you could put them moving down a hallway, and if you walk in this area, you would have the play function on mutator zone on player entering. So now if you walk in this area, you get jump scared. If you did have that up as a thing, you'd also need to create another cinematic sequence device, add the movement in there. You probably have like loop playback on autoplay, and you'd make sure that in the cinematic itself, because obviously we didn't make one, you'd add this sequence to device. Let's say we just add a keyframe at the beginning, at the end, so it will loop perfect. Move it along, add another keyframe. So now it just moves forwards and backwards, and just movement. You could obviously choose some good animation for her to be doing, or your character to be doing. So yeah, that's how to get your own very own jump scare. If this helped, maybe you'll like my course. It's first link in the description. If not, go ahead and watch the next video.